All right, good afternoon, everyone. Haven't done a video at the end of the day lately, so I figured I'd do one today. A lot of chop today, obviously, across the board. S&P 500 up 4 points, Nasdaq up 1 point, the Dow up 40 points. Pretty minute day. It's just if you go over to the daily chart here, I'm still going to leave my downside target of 375 in place here. Temporary pause in the sell side. Obviously, because we have 5 straight days of selling, we hit a low of 377 this morning and jumped up. And part of that was because Apple actually hit right under 130. Hit right under 130 and bounced here on the buy side here, but still a pretty choppy candle, getting rejected near the 133, which this is the whole support line, which now becomes resistance. So Apple does look pretty good for a bounce, though, at least on the hourly chart. So we'll have to see tomorrow. But if Apple can actually reclaim 133 to 134 tomorrow, then I think the markets could go a little bit further up tomorrow, towards potentially even filling this gap here at the 386 to 387 level. We still have a gap that needs to get filled. So tomorrow, now this particular candlestick is kind of a spinning bottom, so I'll take that as a bullish sign for now. What we need to do is get over 382 tomorrow. So you can see that we chopped around this entire range yesterday, and we're really just right back to where we were yesterday. Then the SPY was actually closed pretty flat today compared to yesterday. So I'm still holding on to the 375 puts for now. Once we hop over to 382 tomorrow, so this is a big area to watch tomorrow, 382. If we can clear that, then I think you'll see that 384 start coming into play. And then, of course, that gap fill right here in this area start coming into play as well. Okay. Heading over to the Qs now. The Qs, again, Nasdaq only did +1 today, +$1 up day here. So if you look at the Qs candle, pretty much the same. Did move up today on a little bit higher volume than yesterday, but still we're still in a downtrend. The weekly target of 268.55 did actually hit today. We went as low as 267, I believe, this morning, and jumped up there because Apple hit a support or psychological support of 128, or I'm sorry, 130, psychological support of 130 and bounced. So that's what we kind of figured in the pre-market as we discussed. So once the Q is moving towards this moving average 50, it did get rejected a couple times today here in the here at the opening bell. It went again, it retested that EMA 50 at the 270 mark, okay, and pulled back, and here in the after hours is trying again here. So if we can see that the Qs can actually surpass 271.33, where we rejected this morning, then we can see potentially 272 and going in. There is no gaps on the upside for the Qs, but I remind you that there are still hourly gaps below market at 265 area. Yeah, and the SPY still has that area of 375 to be filled. Now, with that being said, there's a couple of things happening in the market right now. Nike did beat on earnings. Okay, so they are Nike is up, wow, from 102 to 116 at this point, so up like nearly 10% here in the after hours, more than 10%. It keeps squeezing up. So the market's kind of excited about Nike's demand for their products. And they said that their Cyber Monday or just this past Cyber Monday, their demand exceeded 75% year over year, which is interesting. And so that also brings up FedEx. Okay, so FedEx is up as well after dipping down to 152, actually here at 170. So it's up quite a bit, and that's going to affect Amazon tomorrow. So you can see Amazon squeezing a little bit here in the after hours as well. So if Amazon starts moving up, okay, then you can expect the Qs and the SPY to move up with it. And Apple here in the after hours is also moving up quite nicely towards the resistance of 132.73. Break over this 133, I think you'll see that it's going to go and potentially test this zone here. So with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow.